Today I'm going to touch on the differences between the crack epidemic and the opioid epidemic. In my opinion, it's rooted in institutional and systemic racism. When the crack epidemic was going crazy, after the CIA and other government officials was floating crack cocaine and cocaine itself into the inner cities throughout the country, especially in South Central LA and other places, we were met with jail time. We were met with kind and consideration and rehab. It was okay, you're doing this, you need to go to jail. We're going to take your children from you. We're going to make sure you can't live in certain places and all that. But when the epidemic took over, since it mostly affected white people, it was so kind and gentle, and we need to get them rehab. It's not their fault. Let's sue CVS. Let's sue Walmart. Let's sue all these places that made these people overdose on these opioids and take too many opioids because it wasn't their fault. Even though with black people, it was always our fault while we were doing crack and while we did heroin and while we did all this other stuff. But with white people, it's not their fault. It's everybody else's fault. So let's go blame them. Let's go sue all these people. Let's take these people out of business because we just, white people just didn't know they couldn't control themselves. It was forced up on them to take all these opioids. So that's why billions of dollars have been sued by all these governors to help this cause, because it's not white people's fault that they overdosed on opioids. It's corporations' fault. It's pharmacists' fault. It's, pharmaceutical companies' fault, which is ridiculous. Again, white people and Republicans always want to talk about personal responsibility until it's time for them to show personal responsibility, and then all of a sudden that's lost on everything. It's everybody else's fault, even though they claim that black people are always blaming others. Actually, it's opposite. It claimed that we are always the welfare queens and all that, but corporations and white people have got more welfare than anybody. So how is that even true? It's just talking points, mostly your Fox News talking points, because everybody wants the black people to be the boogeyman. The same thing with black on black crime. I never heard about white on white crime, even though 85% of white people are killed by other white people. I never heard anybody talk about white on white crime. I've never heard a media outlet even mention white on white crime. But black on black crime, oh, that's a thing. That's the thing. That's what's wrong with the black community. Black on black crime. And it's just ridiculous. And the media plays a huge part in pushing systemic racism. But everybody want to put these blinders on. Well, not everybody. A lot of people want to put these blinders on to act like it doesn't exist. But it's foolishness and it's ridiculousness. And you really need to wake up and see what's really going on right before your eyes. Don't put the sheets over your eyes and act like it's not happening and thinking that, oh, we can just pray it away. It's not gonna pray it away. It needs to be action. Hold these politicians accountable, hold ourselves accountable, as well as holding the oppressors accountable. Period, point blank. I'm out.